We've got Larry and Jamie from Mill House Brewing Company. Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning. Cheers.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
They get applause. All right, so walk us through a little bit about what we did to make this Boris and Robyn Show beer. So it all started, like the first thing when we got there is Robyn got this giant paddle. And what were we doing in the very beginning there?
Yeah, so that process is called mashing in or doughing in. So, yeah, Larry was upstairs and he was running a mill, which actually cracks this barley open for us so the water can get in there and convert all this good starch to sugar. And Robyn was sitting there stirring as that would drop in with some water. So we're hydrating that grain and making what we call a mash. We were making a big pot of sugar water.
Yeah, so then we got it all out of there and we put it into another kettle. Now, that one started boiling.
Yeah.
And they had this like rolling boil going. So that was what was that doing?
That's called the boil kettle.
Oh, well,
it's where we put the hops in.
Yeah,
which Boris was doing.
Now, this is pretty cool. Now, we should say that, the Boris and Robyn Show beer that we're making is all New York ingredients. It's all local ingredients. I mean, this is local grain. And in the hops, we actually had giant tea bags, right?
Yeah.
So we actually went out and picked these hops from your backyard.
Yeah, that was a fun day.
And the first hops that I threw in there actually came from right behind the Mill House, right there.
Right at the brewery.
Yeah.
That definitely made the hop profile of the beer.
Yeah, that was a tasty bud.
So then after the hops went in, the whole thing went down into the basement. And that's where we pitched the yeast.
Yes, that's the most important part of the day almost.
Larry gets very excited about his yeast over there.
Well, the yeast we pitched on yesterday's beer was from our in-house strain so that it properly ferments and creates the flavors and ester profiles, because yeast is also a large flavor imparter in the process of making beer. So we take our yeast very seriously at Mill House. It's
I know you do.
It's our most.
So we got the yeast, and it goes into that sweet wort with the hops and everything. And what the yeast does now, what does it do?
Well, in a real simple term, it eats sugar, and it pees off carbon dioxide and poops alcohol.
And that's how we get beer.
And that's how we get beer.
How long now does this process take for it to ferment and become a beer that we can drink?
This particular beer is probably going to take close to about 14 to 16 days.
All right, so it'll be ready for our big unveiling. Then.
Yeah.
Perfect timing, October 2nd. Guys, looking forward to it. And thanks so much for letting us join you yesterday.
It was a great
so
day.
much
We had
fun.
a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
really
fun.
was.